Yes, the Start menu is back. Yes, there are virtual desktops. No, the Charms bar hasn't gone away. And no, we don't know when Windows 10 will ship or what it will cost. But we've seen the technical preview of Windows 10 and the word to bear in mind for this release is productivity. Microsoft's Joe Belfiore repeatedly emphasized that this is a very early build without even all the features that have been announced, and that there might be rough spots. We didn't see any problems in the time we had to try it out at Microsoft's San Francisco event, but what's clear is that there is plenty more to come. This isn't the place to look for changes in Explorer or the control panel, let alone desktop tools like Paint and Notepad or store apps like music and video. The technical preview is about the core features that are supposed to prove Microsoft can balance touch, mouse and keyboard without making any users feel abandoned. You can resize the Start menu, although oddly you can only drag to change the height. Changing the width means picking a setting rather than just dragging with the mouse. This is certainly more familiar for mouse and keyboard users, but it remains to be seen whether the Windows 8 users who actually like touch will find it a step backwards. Snaps, apps and virtual desktops. Using Alt-Tab to move between open windows is a keyboard shortcut that's been around since 1990 and it still gives you a line of windows to choose from. As with Windows 8.1, those now include any modern apps you have running, and those now open as windows on the desktop like any other software you're running, ready to be resized or snapped side by side. The new Task View button on the taskbar is there to introduce the idea of moving between windows to the vast majority of Windows users who've never tried Alt-Tab. Snapping does more than the two desktop apps getting half the desktop layout that you get in Windows 8. If you have one narrow window, the second window can take up all the rest of the space, or you can snap 4 apps, one in each corner. Windows will even show thumbnails of open windows to help you pick the one you want to snap without rearranging everything. Management and data containers. Some of the most interesting features for business aren't actually visible in the technical preview of Windows 10. Being able to upgrade PCs using management tools, being able to manage PCs thought the same mobile device management systems you use for smartphones and tablets, an enterprise app store that lets businesses manage volume licenses for modern apps instead of making users sign into a work PC with a personal Microsoft account, and separation of personal and business data using encrypted containers that doesn't mean changing all your applications but persists even when you copy files onto a USB stick or cloud service will all appeal to businesses, but you can't try them out until the previews of Windows Server and the necessary management tools come along. Early verdict. Windows 10 is all about balancing the demands of different users. It's not just business users with desktop PCs and keyboards, versus tablet users. Windows is for sensors and data centers and Windows Phone and Xbox One as well as tablets and laptops and desktop PCs and giant wall screens and all the devices in between, at least in Microsoft's ambitions. But what we're seeing in this first technical preview release is very much about balancing the heritage of 2 decades on Windows with the new world of touch, and with making IT teams comfortable with the BYOD and consumerization features introduced in Windows 8 by giving them more security options and more management. At the preview event, there wasn't a touchscreen in sight and we only got to use Windows 10 with a mouse and keyboard on a big screen that takes full advantage of the new ways of arranging windows and swapping between virtual desktops. The technical preview is designed to make power users happy, not change the hay. The copy is done for the world.